provided by the U.S. Department of Education.
News Channel 6, brought to you by Jamie Casino Injury Attorneys.
It's going to be a steamy soaker of a Saturday today. I'll have all the details on what you can expect coming up.
Now on Good Morning Augusta, mental health call turns deadly in Burke County, but a sheriff's office says happened. Plus, school immunizations, how to keep students in the classroom and out the nurse's office. And later, a romantic gesture takes root. Details as your number one source for local weekend morning news starts right now.
Live from Television Park, this is Good Morning Augusta on WJBF News Channel 6.
Well, good morning, sunshine. Thanks for joining us. It's great to see you. I'm Sean Gabbagestock. Coverage you can count on begins with one person dead following a crash in Bamberg County. Troopers say the incident happened last night a half a mile west of Earnhardt on SC64, that's also known as the Low Country Highway, near Mount Pleasant Road. The driver of a pickup truck struck a bicyclist. The bicyclist died at the scene. Of course, we're working to learn that person's identity for you. We're hearing more from the Burke County Sheriff after a man died after deputies tased him. It happened early Friday morning on Bailey Road near the Burke County-Jefferson County line. And Latier has more.
The sheriff's office says when they got there, 61-year-old Freddie Walker was being taken to the hospital for an evaluation. His family says he suffered from schizophrenia.
Yeah, medics tried to put the blood pressure thing on his own, and he didn't like that.
That's when they say he got combative, jumping out of the vehicle twice and threatening to strike deputies. Authorities say deputies tried a second time to get control of Walker, but that Walker attempted to strike a deputy. That's when the sheriff's office says a deputy tased Walker.
Everybody know you don't tase a mental ill patient.
Walker's family says the deputies didn't ask questions about Walker or his condition when they arrived.
The first thing you do when you get to an incident, and I'm not even a police, the first thing you do when you get to an incident is you get names of people. You ask them what's happening. Who's this? Who's that?
The sheriff's office says Walker got up several times after being told to stay down. Walker was tased again and became unresponsive. Walker's family says there were 4 or 5 deputies at the scene.
You can take an alligator, 4 policemen take an alligator, and you can subdue that alligator without killing the alligator. So I'm definitely thinking that it could have happened with a man. We know it could have. He was laying behind that table there, unresponsive. He wasn't moving, wasn't talking. And you know, if a person just got tased, they're gonna be talking. They're gonna be hollering. So at that time, no EMT service. None of the EMT guys were giving him. They wasn't helping him any at all.
He was pronounced dead at the hospital. The sheriff's office is not releasing the names of the deputies involved until the investigation by the Columbia County Sheriff's Office is complete. Walker's family says they believe the situation could have been handled differently.
I think it just needs to be done about it.
Not only that, they need more. The officers need more training. We can clearly see they're not trained properly. Even if he was very violent, which I'm not saying that he wasn't. You don't think mace would have been a better option? That doesn't give people heart attacks. That kill people now.
Hannah Latier reporting for us. Sheriff Alfonso Williams released a video in response to the altercation. Here's part of his statement.
This is a very unfortunate situation. We don't have any reason to believe that the officers violated the manufacturer's specifications with regard to the taser. We do not believe that the officers violated any laws. And we do not believe that the officers violated any policy, but the investigation will bear that all out.
And the sheriff says usually if someone dies after a taser, it's due to an underlying health condition, but an autopsy will be completed in order to determine the cause of death. For his full statement, just head over to our website, WJBF.com. Well, bikers will be cruising the Garden City for a good cause this weekend. Richmond County Deputy Kenneth Mercer was shot on the job earlier this month. A benefit ride will take place for him on Sunday. It starts at the Sheriff's Office South Precinct, that's on Mike Paget Highway. Registration starts at 10:30 that morning, and the kickstands go up at 11. Well, summer break is winding down and schools are opening up once again. And while some kids already started this week, parents may want to prepare their children to be their best healthy selves. Our Renetta Dubose explains.
As parents and students begin to ring in a new school year, those closely seated desks and lunchroom tables can bring on the trips to the nurse's office.
And it's usually an adenovirus because adenovirus is what causes an upset stomach. It'll give you a cough, sore throat, red eyes. It covers a lot of symptoms, and I usually tell parents that's usually what it is.
Doctors Hospital Pediatrics Chair Carol Thompson Tarver says her office sees kids with these symptoms within the first few weeks of returning to school, and she says a simple nose swab can detect whether it's adenovirus, the flu, or COVID. But she says there are a few things parents can do to prepare their children for a safe return.
I usually suggest to the parents that the children always wash their hands. The ones that are old enough and they're going to the lunchroom, that they should always have a bathroom break, or they should ask the teacher, do they have a bathroom break so they can wash their hands before they go to the lunchroom. I also suggest that they have, if it's allowed in school, is for them to have a small bottle of hand sanitizer attached to the book bag.
Dr. Thompson Tarver says parents should also consider the COVID vaccine and other shots needed for school. Georgia Department of Public Health is calling on parents to update vaccines for rising 7th and 11th graders, and back to school screenings are available now too.
The last immunization that they get at 4 years old is the DTaP, the polio, the measles, mumps, and rubella, and the chickenpox vaccine. So we certainly want them to have that before school starts. And then the 11-year-olds get a tetanus booster, and they're getting the meningitis vaccine as well.
Good hygiene helps too, such as hand washing. And Dr. Thompson Tarver says parents should keep sick kids home. In Augusta, Renetta Dubose, WJBF News Channel 6.
Meteorologist Sherry Sheely joins us now. Sherry, looks like you have some rain on your map. I see the different colors.
We do, yeah. So already raining this morning. So that's kind of going to be the theme for today. A bit of a steamy soaker, but hey, we need some rain. It's been a little dry, we need some, so we're not going to complain too much. And good lazy Saturday morning weather here. So looking at our live Viper 6 radar, we've got a good bit of rain falling. Let's see, about Edgefield County down to Emmanuel County, and check out those red patches there. We've got some heavy downpours falling. We can hear it outside of the studio here, so definitely going to need that umbrella handy as you head out the door this morning. In fact, the rain is falling so hard we are currently under an aerial flood advisory pretty much just outside of the 520 loop here, including areas of Columbia and Richmond County. That's in effect until 8 o'clock this morning, so definitely keep that in mind, as low-lying areas are going to be prone to flooding with this heavy rain that is falling right now. Also with that, we also have issues with visibility as it's very foggy, especially along the river here, down to 2 miles in Augusta, up to 10 in Aiken, so that's improving, but Barnwell and Sylvania also having issues with visibility there. Temperature-wise, we're in the 70s, so not too bad there. But as you plan out your day, definitely going to need that rain gear, as we're expecting showers and storms pretty much throughout the morning and early afternoon. But hey, temps in the 80s, so that's some good news there for us, a little relief from the heat. But expect those scattered showers and storms throughout much of the day, along with the clouds. And I'll have the details on what you can expect for the rest of your weekend coming up. Back to you, Sean.
All right, Sherry, thank you. Well, several groups are holding back to school supply giveaway.
Crime and reduce recidivism.
In Augusta, Nikita Dennis, WJBF News Channel 6.
Well, it's a soggy one. More on that when we join Sherry for a full check of the forecast. Coming up next.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
So it's going to be a bit of a soggy Saturday, and we're already getting started right now. Looking at our live Viper 6 radar, you can see a good chunk of the central CSRA really getting some rain right now. In fact, just to the south of us, some lightning popping as well. But right now, just for us here in Augusta and south, just mainly some heavy downpours right now. In fact, zooming in a little closer, so here we are here in Augusta. We have an aerial flood advisory in effect until 8 o'clock this morning. It's kind of hard to see on this map, but it's the line that's lime green here circling just outside of the 520 loop. And you can see on the radar those areas of the red and oranges. That's where we got the heaviest of downpours, so that's where that flooding is most likely. So anywhere there's low areas in the road, or we've got some rain over the last couple of hours, so if you see standing water, just keep in mind to keep it slow and keep it safe, as the roads could be a little dangerous this morning as that rain's falling. Panning a little to the south, so just outside of our area there's a lightning popping. I suspect that will move into our neck of the woods here shortly, so just keep in mind, might see a little bit of a fireworks show from nature this morning there in the southern CSRA. So on our Skyview Network cam at Washington Road, you can see lots of rain falling down. The roads are wet. We've got a little bit of raindrops falling on the camera. So it is very wet out there. Winds picking up too here in Augusta, up to 10 miles per hour coming from the north-northwest. Temperatures in those lower 70s, and again, some issues with visibility down to 2 miles. So between the rain, the flooding on the roads, and also some fog in the area. So definitely could be a little tricky out there on the road, so please keep it safe out there. Taking a turn to the tropics, we do have one area of disturbance that we're tracking. Low chance of development in the next 48 hours, but conditions do look pretty favorable for development to possibly see a tropical depression in the next 7 days, so we'll definitely keep an eye on that as we move into next week. Farmers forecast, we'd love to see the rain for that forecast, right? So no issues with drought, but we definitely want the rain, need the rain, and glad to have it. And today we have a 50% chance, as it's already falling, and it will continue to fall throughout the morning and most of the day today to add to that total of over 36.5 inches for the rain. How much are we expecting for the next 24 hours, or actually over the last 24 hours? So we're nearing the 1.5 inch mark here in Augusta. So lots of rain definitely falling and heavy in nature, and that will continue throughout the morning. So let's look at the timing of that at our futurecast, kind of a big picture. You can see we've got this counterclockwise rotation off the coast. That's going to continue throughout the morning hours, really bringing us some widespread rain throughout the lunch hour. We'll get a little bit of break in the afternoon, and you can see that low pressure officially forming later on. So definitely a rainy day, a steamy day, but we need it, right? So looking at the 10-day forecast, 50% chance of scattered storms and showers today, but check it out, only 89 degrees for our high today, so a little bit of break from the hot temps, but it is short-lived, as tomorrow we're back in those upper 90s.
Okay, well, I enjoy 89 today then, Sherry.
Yes,
Thank
with
you.
your umbrella.
Yes, exactly. Well, you can win free subs for life from Subway. What's trending is next.
Over 10 on News Channel 6.
Hey y'all, welcome back. Time to take a look at what's trending. So right now, Apple fans can snag a rare item, but it's not electronic and it will cost you. So Omega Sports Apple computer sneakers, they're currently selling for $50,000 by a world famous auction house. The size 10.5 men's shoe were custom made for Apple and given away at sales conferences in the mid-90s. They feature Apple's former rainbow logo, I remember that, and it comes with an alternative pair of red laces. The new shoes are in good condition in the box.
Seems like a deal. Is that your size?
No, not at all. I'm a size 13, so I could probably put a toe in that, but...
Well, darn. That's the only thing that's stopping you from buying them, I'm sure.
Maybe Ian can buy those shoes.
Yeah.
I'll direct him, he's the money man here. So take a look at this. If you're willing to change your first name to Subway, you can win free subs for life. The Name Change Challenge is Subway's latest promotion. To enter the contest, just apply online, subwaynamechange.com. That's between August 1st through the 4th. And if you're the lucky winner randomly selected, Subway will pay you $750 for your official name change. You have 4 months to show your official proof that you've gone through with it, and then Subway will award the grand prize of $50,000 worth of Subway gift cards.
No.
Subway Sheely.
I know. And then, okay, so you go through with the change, and then you're going to be randomly selected. So just because you do it, that doesn't mean you win, right?
Right, exactly.
No.
And then if you win, like change your name, you win. There's nothing in the rules that say you can't change your name back.
I don't know though. It's a lot to change your name. That's a lot of hassle, Social Security Subway driver's license.
Yeah.
No,
So
I don't like
that was it.
Subway that much.
Yeah, me either. I thought my mom would like this, but she's probably saying, Sean, I don't like it that much. I heard you, mama. Well, coming up on Good Morning Augusta, controversial college admissions issues sparks federal investigations and congressional debate. That's coming up. But first, let's head to New York, where the ABC News team is standing by with a look at what's coming up on Good Morning America. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning. Coming up on GMA, former President Trump campaigning in Iowa a day after facing new charges in his classified documents case. How he is vowing to continue his presidential run and reaction from his GOP rivals. Plus, roller coaster concerns. A new crack found in a roller coaster that was shut down after a different breach was identified. What the amusement park is now saying. And big music boost. Beyonce's Renaissance tour taking over NYC this weekend. How massive tours like hers and Taylor Swift's are making an economic impact in cities across the country. It's all ahead here on GMA.
It's a great time to get your lawn in shape with a new mower from Davis Appliance and Furniture. We offer no credit needed financing and delivery options to meet your needs. For the brands you trust at the lowest prices in town, visit us at Davis Appliance and Furniture.
I'm TK. Wants to maximize your earnings or to protect your money.
Hey there, I'm Anna Christina. Have you been thinking about replacing your roof this summer? Your shingles may look dry and brittle. You may be noticing shingle granules in your gutters, or perhaps your roof is over 10 years old. If any of these concerns sound like your roof, then roof replacement may be in your future, and that's going to be expensive. Well, now there's an option, and it's called roof rejuvenation from Roof Savers, and their process can add 5 to 15 years of life to your existing roof without the big expense of roof replacement. I'm with Russell Beckham, one of the owners of Roof Savers. And Russell, explain what roof rejuvenation is and how it can save homeowners a ton of money.
Roof rejuvenation is the process of reintroducing protective qualities to asphalt shingles, such as granular adhesion, flexibility, and adding resistance to impacts such as hail.
And how can it save homeowners big money?
Roof replacement, especially now more than ever, is a lot more expensive than in years past. If you perform maintenance to your roof by using the rejuvenation process, this allows your shingles to stay on your roof for much longer, therefore saving you a lot of money in the long run.
Okay, now what if a homeowner has a leak? Can you guys help with that too?
Absolutely. We do a thorough inspection and make sure any leaks or any areas that may be problematic in the future are taken care of before the rejuvenation process is completed.
If you would like a free roof inspection to see if roof rejuvenation will work for you, call the number on the screen right now. Save your roof and save your money.
Check us out online at myroofsavers.com.
It's the perfect time to update your living space with a new sofa and love seat set from Davis Appliance and Furniture. Or update your indoor appliances with no credit needed financing. For the brands you trust at the lowest prices in town, visit us at Davis Appliance and Furniture.
With high inflation and high
on WJBF News Channel 6.
Thanks for staying with us. I'm Sean Cabbage-Stock. So-called legacy admissions, where universities give students related to alumni a leg up, could be on the chopping block. The Department of Education just agreed to investigate the practice at Harvard University after a group filed a complaint. Raquel Martin has that story.
At some prestigious colleges and universities, the sons and daughters of wealthy alumni have the inside track to admission.
It's harmful to applicants of color.
Michael Kippens is with Lawyers for Civil Rights. He says now that the Supreme Court ended affirmative action for college admissions on the basis of race, universities must also stop giving preference to relatives of wealthy donors.
Donor and legacy preferences overwhelmingly benefit white applicants, and many of them are not as qualified.
His group just filed a complaint with the Department of Education against Harvard University. The complaint alleges that applicants related to wealthy Harvard donors are 7 times more likely to be admitted to the school.
The Department of Education has very broad powers to ensure that programs and organizations that receive federal funding not discriminate.
The Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights has agreed to investigate the complaint. Education Secretary Miguel Cardona tells me the practice is one of many being examined to ensure equal access to higher education.
Historically, higher education has separated the haves from the have-nots. We have to do better in this country.
Virginia Congressman Bobby Scott and the Congressional Black Caucus are also pushing a bill to end all legacy admissions.
Without affirmative action, These discriminatory factors cannot be tolerated.
Missouri Republican Senator Josh Hawley agrees that legacy admissions don't make sense.
That seems to me like a silly policy.
But he says Congress should be focused on the biggest obstacle for most Americans, the high cost of college tuition. In Washington, Raquel Martin.
Authorities in Alabama have filed criminal charges against a woman who confessed to fabricating a story that she was kidnapped after stopping to check on a toddler she saw walking on the side of the road on an interstate highway. Carly Russell was charged with false reporting to law enforcement and falsely reporting an incident, both misdemeanors that, according to the police chief, carries up to a year in jail. Russell turned herself into jail Friday and was released on bond. We have several recalls to tell you about. Ford is recalling more than 870,000 newer Ford F-150 pickup trucks because they could come to a sudden stop. The recall involves certain 2021 to 2023 F-150s with a single exhaust systems. A short circuit could cause the brakes to engage on their own. There have been nearly 300 reports of that happening. 19 took place while the trucks were being driven. So far, no crashes or injuries have been reported. Trader Joe's issuing yet another recall. It's the third in a week. The latest involves this brand of fully cooked falafel, and it's because it may contain rocks. Last Friday, the grocery chain recalled 2 cookie products for the same reasons. And the unexpected broccoli cheddar soup was recalled because it could contain insects. We have all the details on all the recalls on our website, WJBF.com. A farmer gave his wife a special gift on their 50th wedding anniversary. Abby Ray shows us the sunflower surprise.
Sunflowers. As far as the eye can see, one couple's love story leads them to a field of flowers. Lee Wilson decided to farm a different kind of crop than he usually does this season for a very special reason.
Well, we're celebrating our 50th wedding anniversary, August 10th, and what's a guy get his gal on their 50th? And I put a lot of thought into it, and she always liked sunflowers, and I thought this is the year to plant sunflowers. So we planted her 80 acres of sunflowers.
Just how many sunflowers is that exactly?
There's about 1.2 million flowers in this field.
That's 15,000 flowers per acre. Lee planted the field back in May secretly with the help of his son, so his wife Renee would be surprised.
Well, it made me feel very special, and it couldn't have been a more perfect anniversary gift than a field of sunflowers.
The pair has been together almost their entire lives.
But we met in high school. She couldn't date till she was 16, and I called her on her 16th birthday, and that's when we started dating. And we had our first date was a roller skating party, an FFA roller skating party in Harper, Kansas.
The new Pratt sunflower field has drawn in people from all over Kansas to take pictures and experience the state flower in full bloom. Do the Wilsons plan on making this a tradition?
Oh, it's been fun, but I think that one time is enough for us. It's somebody else's turn next year.
The field can be seen 4 miles east of Pratt on the south side of Highway 54.
Something else to keep in mind is sunflower season is short, so these flowers will only be picture perfect for another 10 to 14 days. In Pratt, Abby Ray, Cake News on your side.
And only one time is enough, Sherry.
What a sweet gesture.
I know.
So sweet. Yeah. So if you've got sunflowers in your garden, unfortunately they are going to be searching hard for the sun today because it's going to be a soggy one. Looking at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam, you can see the rain is really falling out there, and check it out. The roads are wet. It's kind of foggy. So it's definitely yucky outside, so definitely want to take caution as you hit the roads this morning. We can see that on our live Viper 6 radar. Lots of rain falling throughout the central CSRA, and a lot of heavy rain falling just outside of Augusta, as you can see with those reds and orange colors. And with that, that gives us some aerial flood advisories. In fact, one's been added to the map. Burke County, you're now included in that, but definitely around Columbia and Richmond counties, just outside of the 520 loop. Really the focus right now until 8 o'clock, and then Burke County, that is extended until 10:30 this morning. Also, with the flooding possibilities, we have some fog to deal with, so visibility down to 2 miles in Augusta, 8 in Barnwell, and 5 in Sylvania. So definitely have those headlights on and add some extra time to your commute. Temperature-wise, we're in those lower 70s with lots of cloud cover for us and winds starting to pick up to 10 miles per hour here in Augusta. So what you can expect for your day, we've got those scattered showers and possibly some isolated storms to contend with, as well as the overcast skies. But the good news, that will bring our temperatures down for the day. I'll have all the details on what you can expect for your weekend coming up. Back to you, Sean.
All right, sounds good, thank you. Well, sweet dreams and homemade delights come true. We'll take you to North Carolina next.
The Live Viper 6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai.
This week on Local Living, we're going
And reserve your table now.
You know, ice cream makes everyone smile, but that's not all. Chad Tucker takes us to the Front Porch Creamery in Danbury, North Carolina, where they're bringing back the sweet memories, too.
My kids even told me, said, you know, Daddy, I don't remember a time you didn't say that'd be a good place for an ice cream shop.
And Daryl Taylor
You want the original?
never let that go.
Yeah, let's give him strawberry too. Yeah.
We just kind of just fell right into it.
He's serving up his dream, one scoop at a time.
But it was just like a dream. I don't know what it was. It just stuck to me like it was, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Black cherry. Did you want that in a cup or a waffle cone? Well, it's been exciting and scary all at the same time.
For Daryl and his wife, Teresa,
And I had some money saved up myself.
they push past that fear.
He made my dreams come true because I always wanted to come back to the mountains.
And with Faye,
Everything went just like clockwork.
So on this side of our cabinet, we have our
making daily homemade ice cream,
The first batch will be about 10 minutes.
warm waffle
so
cones.
we can literally make a waffle cone every 30 seconds.
It's all been a sweet success.
Chocolate and a blueberry, one scoop each.
Because it's important to us that we have better than whatever you can get anywhere else.
And it's very popular.
Almost everything that goes into it is locally grown and locally loved.
I got my blueberry waffle cone, freshly made, and vanilla.
Ice cream. It's the perfect summertime savor. It makes us all smile and takes us back.
And what it is ice cream is a memory.
Isn't that good?
My first memory was my grandpa's burger barn in Walnut Cove. They sold orange pineapple. Well, he loved that orange pineapple. And I did too. Me and him would get orange pineapple.
For Daryl, it's orange pineapple. For Teresa, butter pecan.
Our butter pecan, people who love butter pecan say that ours is the best they've ever had.
Just for the flavor of butter pecan, I drive all the way to Newton Grove to get that.
It's whatever brings you that smile and sweet memory.
So it's just that moment of reliving childhood with their grandparents or their mom and dad. You know, it's always been my dad's favorite flavor. So I don't ever see butter pecan that I don't think of my dad.
In Danbury, North Carolina.
His dream became my dream.
Going down memory lane.
It very much started off as his.
I'm Chad Tucker.
And now I like to joke and say he's dreamt about it for 25 years and he married me and I made his dreams come true. But
That's great.
She made his dreams come true. But Sherry has another check of your forecast next.
The most significant Georgia Lottery.
The WJBF Live Viper 6 Skyview Network is sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Low prices, big selection, and committed to quality customer service. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
So it's going to be a bit of a rainy, soggy, steamy Saturday for us, and we're already well on our way to seeing some rainfall in most of the CSRA. So really this big swath coming up, pretty much splitting us in half straight down the middle, all the way from Emmanuel County up towards Edgefield and McCormick counties. But check out these darker colors here. That's where we're tracking some heavier rainfall. But as of right now, no lightning in our areas. Is staying just to our south. And check out the coast there in Charleston. It is really popping there. But what we're more concerned with is the heavier rain. So if we zoom in closer, we've got a flash flood warning in effect for Richmond County and also an aerial flood advisory, including areas of Columbia and Richmond counties. And really got a lot of rain falling here in this area. So definitely keep that in mind as you hit the roads, that there's a possibility for flooding on those roads. So definitely take it slow and take it easy. Zooming out, we've also got an aerial flood advisory for Burke County as well. So lots of rain falling and really starting to puddle up on those roads. As you can see on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Network cam, that rain is falling outside of Television Park, and you can definitely see those roads are slick and wet. So take it easy out there for this Saturday morning. Winds are also starting to pick up. We're up to 10 miles per hour coming from the north-northwest. Temps on the mild side, it's 74 degrees. When you factor that humidity, feels a little bit warmer at 75. But also, we've got some issues with visibility. So not only do we have the rain, the flooding, but also some fog in the area as well. Over the last 12 hours, really starting to pick up some rain here in Augusta. Over 1.5 inches of rain. Waynesboro just under 1 inch. Swainsboro just over 1/4 inch. So lots of rain really falling in the central CSRA. Other areas picking up trace amounts up to about 1/4 inch of rain. And of course, we've got more on the way. So that's great news for our farmers. I know they've been crying for the rain. We need the rain. Well, you're going to get it today. So we're looking at about a 50% chance of rain as it's already starting. So it will be more of a widespread event as we move through the morning. And that will add to our total of over 36.5 inches of rain for the year. So let's look at the timing of this rain for today. So starting about 9 o'clock, again, got that swath kind of coming through the central CSRA that will continue to push through around lunch hour and kind of spread out as this is kind of an anticyclonic flow that's kind of wrapping around the area at lunchtime, and that will continue throughout the early afternoon. But then we'll start to see some clearing around the 3 o'clock hours, except for I'm a little concerned with our eastern counties here in Bamberg. Might see some heavier rain and possibly some thunder and lightning there in that neck of the woods. We'll get a little bit of a break in the later afternoon, but then might see some more pop up. It's not really showing inside our area right now, but I would not be surprised if our western line counties see another round of rain and storms in the evening hours before we all clear out overnight and have another round of some isolated showers and storms on your Sunday. So your pool planner for today, unless you have an indoor pool, it's not the greatest day to be outside as we're looking at rain and possibly some isolated storms throughout most of the morning and early afternoon. But the good news, temperatures in the 80s. So as a whole, a little bit cooler today with temps in those high 80s, but definitely going to need the umbrella handy. But then Sunday will clear out, but those temperatures warm up and a chance of some isolated showers and storms in the afternoon. So again, have that umbrella handy for your Saturday, a little bit better on your Sunday, and we'll start warming up then, and we'll be back in the 90s for next week. That's your forecast, and we'll be right back.
Now, WJBF sports coverage you can count on.
Friday marked the official start of practice for high school football teams in South Carolina. Now, some teams started early in the morning to beat the heat, but others embraced those high temperatures and humid southern days. Over at North Augusta, the Yellow Jackets buzzing around in the sun. New head coach and North Augusta alumnus Richard Bush has been with his team all summer long. This program has made the playoffs every year since 2006, but have only been past the second round once since 2019. North Augusta has high expectations for this year's team, and Bush says he could barely sleep. He was so ready to get the season officially started.
Oh, we're excited. The whole program's excited. This is a big day. It's like Christmas. Everybody works hard and works all year just for this start of football season. So we're all excited.
Definitely being with the guys, making those memories, being with your friends that you've grown up with your whole life. Just to trust your coaches, keep working. That's all it really takes. Build camaraderie with your teammates, just be ready to live.
Not a whole lot's changed the first 2 days. It's a lot of running around, still implementing our offense and our defensive stuff, and making sure our kids understand what to do. Right now, we're working on fundamentals and making sure our kids are playing with great effort, and flying around and being disciplined and doing what we're supposed to do.
The Yellow Jackets open the season at home against Evans. In Athens, Kirby Smart will meet with the media on Wednesday, and Thursday is the official day of practice for the back-to-back national champions. One of Smart's first orders of business will be finding a starting quarterback to replace Stetson Bennett. In the mix are 6'4" junior Carson Beck, as well as 6'3" redshirt sophomore Brock Vandegrift and redshirt freshman Gunnar Stockton. We recently caught up with former Georgia quarterback Aaron Murray, who knows what it takes to be a Dogs quarterback, and got his thoughts on who might land the job.
They're elite. I think this could be, honestly, the best team of the past 3 years. Really it's the offense. That offensive line along with Bowers and the receivers. And I've been high on Carson for a few years now, and I'm hoping it pays off because I've told everyone for the past 3 years how good the kid is. I think he's an absolute stud. Really excited that, he's done something that is rare and has waited his turn. And man, he's been given the keys to a Rolls Royce. Like I said, especially with all the talent around him, and I'm excited to see what Bobo can do with all that talent as well when it comes to calling plays.
We'll have a full report from Kirby Smart's media session next Wednesday. Over in the MLB, the Braves hosted the Brewers for Game 1 of their series. Bottom of the second, down 2-0 with 2 on. That's Orlando Arcia knocking one into center to clear the bases and tie the game. Then in the bottom of the fourth, down 1, Marcell Ozuna has it covered with a home run to left center. That one is out of here, and we are tied at 4. Then, in the bottom of the seventh, the Braves looking to expand on a 4-run lead. Eddie Rosario will get it done as he brings 2 home with a shot to deep left, and that'll do it. Atlanta takes Game 1, 10-7. And finally, we just have to talk about the Green Jackets Wild game on Thursday. Down 8-0, they managed to score 6 runs in the 8th inning, and in the 9th, with bases loaded, Tyler Collins smacked it to deep center field to put the Jackets up 9-8. They would go on to win the game 15-8 in their wildest comeback of the season for sure, maybe even the year. They have a few more games in Charleston before being back at SRP Park on August 1st. And that does it for Morning Sports.
All right, Kira, thank you. Well, coming up at 9 o'clock on Good Morning Augusta, a movie shot right here in the Garden City making its debut. We'll have a preview that's coming up after Good Morning America.
The 10-day
at clickaroo.com.
So a soggy morning, Sherry.
Right, and since my last weather hit, we've now been upgraded to a flash flood warning for Columbia and Richmond counties, and also that aerial flood advisory in effect for Burke County, and that's in effect until 10:45 this morning. So definitely keep that in mind as you head out. Like you said, it's going to be a soggy Saturday with some possibly heavy downpours at times, but cooler temps in the 80s before we warm back up tomorrow.
Oh, okay, sounds good. And we're back at 9 o'clock. Come on back.